A very good afternoon and welcome to Lunchtime News on MTV Sports. I'm Shanjarang Pati, your news anchor for this hour. Well, as always, we'll first take a look at your headlines. Judges keep away from courts. District and magistrate courts crippled. Fishermen surround the Coast Guard office in Mirissa over the alleged assault of some residents by Coast Guard personnel. Hugo Chavez re-elected as president of Venezuela. Now for the stories in detail. The Judicial Services Association of Sri Lanka and the High Court Judges Association have kept away from work today in protest over the assault on Secretary of the Judicial Service Commission, Manjula Tilakaratne. Both associations stated that High Court district courts and magistrate courts across the island will not function today. Now steps have been taken to postpone hearings scheduled for today. We'll bring you visuals of this story later during the news. Meanwhile, views were expressed on the assault on the Secretary of the Judicial Service Commission, Manjula Tilakaratne, at a public meeting in Kandy. He said 4 to 5 days ago that there was a threat on his life and others in the Judicial Service Commission. If things continue like this, the country will slip into lawlessness. Then it will not matter who is in power. Whether it is the UNP or the SLFP, the rule of law must prevail. No matter how many roads you construct or how many cities you clean up, without law and order, no country can develop. A group of fishermen staged a demonstration surrounding the Mirissa Coast Guard office in Matara. Now the demonstration was held to protest the alleged assault on some villagers by Coast Guard officials last night. The police say that the situation in the area is now peaceful. Moving on to more local news, a fundamental rights petition filed by 2 doctors and 2 university lecturers against the Malabe Medical College was dismissed by the Supreme Court today. The petition was heard by a 3-member bench comprising of Chief Justice Dr. Shirani Bandaranaike and Justices P.A. Ratnaike and S.I. Imam. Moving on to more local news, the Ministry of Health is to launch a special program to control the spread of non-communicable diseases. Thereby, a new division called the Suwa Divisayana will be established in each medical health officer's division. The Ministry of Health has taken steps to establish 324 such units island-wide. Now, tests will be carried out for high blood pressure, blood sugar levels and oral cancer at these units. The Ministry of Health stated that the program had been launched to control the spread of non-contagious diseases. Present-day lifestyles have been blamed for most of these diseases. The National Occupational Health and Safety Institute says that over 1,750 workplace accidents have been reported thus far this year. Director General of the Institute, Dr. N.C. Amarasinghe, says that 30% of these accidents were reported from the construction sector. The Director General of the National Occupational Health and Safety Institute added that close to 70 fatal workplace accidents have been reported in this time frame. Meanwhile, National Occupational Health and Safety Week, which commenced on the 6th of October, will conclude on the 12th of this month. Dr. N.C. Amarasinghe says that the primary goal of this week is to create awareness among the working population regarding workplace accidents and illnesses. Now, still in local news, a youth has been stabbed to death in the Kumbukona Monoragala area. Police media spokesperson SSP Aditya said that the 16-year-old youth's mother was also injured in the incident and has been hospitalized. The youth has been identified as Kasun Madhushankar, a resident of Galwala Road in Kumbukona. Both mother and son were admitted to the Monoragala District Hospital, but the youth succumbed to his injuries. Now, taking a look at one of our local headline-making stories, the Judicial Service Association of Sri Lanka and the High Court Judges Association have kept away from work today in protest over the assault of the Secretary of the Judicial Service Commission, Manjula Tilakaratne. Both associations stated that High Courts, District Courts and Magistrate Courts across the island will not function today. Now, steps have been taken to postpone hearings scheduled for today.
This is the footage we captured from near the Colombo Magistrates Court, the District Court and the Supreme Court complex. Judges from the Galle High Court, District Court and Magistrates Court also kept away from work today. Judges at the Kandy Court complex also kept away from work today. The Secretary of the Judicial Service Commission was assaulted last morning on Hotel Road, Mount Lavinia near St. Thomas's College. The police said that he was assaulted by 4 persons who also possessed a firearm. Tilakaratna had sustained injuries on his face and right hand. He was admitted to the Colombo National Hospital where he is still receiving treatment.
In another local news, a group of fishermen staged a demonstration surrounding the Mirisa Coast Guard office in Matara. Now, the demonstration was held to protest the alleged assault on some villagers by Coast Guard officials last night. Now, the police say that the situation in the area is now peaceful.
Police media spokesperson SSP Ajit Rohana said that the incident had occurred when a group of villagers were passing by a Coast Guard post and an argument had broken out. The incident had occurred at approximately 11 o'clock last night. Our correspondent said that the homes of several area residents had been damaged in the incident. A group of residents surrounded the Mirisa Coast Guard office at about 8:30 this morning in protest over this incident.
Now in sports news, Bergen Jeffrey of Kenya won the men's event at the Colombo Marathon. The women's event was won by Sri Lanka's Ruini Dipani. Now the Colombo Marathon took place this year for the 127th time with the participation of more than 3,500 athletes. The marathon that spanned 42.195 kilometers started from the Torrington Sports Complex and ended in the Nigambo beach. Jeffrey finished the race in 2 hours and 26 minutes and 26.40 seconds. In second place was Sri Lanka's Ajit Bandara, who finished the race in 2 hours and 28 minutes. While third place went to Kenya's Kirop Johnson. The women's event was won by Sri Lanka's Ruini Dipani. She ended the race in 2 hours, 55 minutes and 47 seconds. Second place went to B.V. Krishanti, who finished the race in 3 hours, 4 minutes and 52 seconds. Harshamali Gunaratna won third place.
Now
in rugby news, Kandy Sports Club claimed their 6th successive Clifford Cup yesterday as they beat league champions Havelocks by 10 points to 5. The final took place at the Bogrumbo grounds in Kandy last evening. Tharini Shanaka crossed the Heavies line to give Kandy a 7-5 lead at half-time. The second half was tightly contested as Kandy scored a solitary 3 points via a Roshan Veeraratna penalty, while Havelocks were unable to add to their first half score, handing Kandy a 10-5 victory and a 6th successive Clifford Cup. Well, that wraps up lunchtime news for today. Join us again at 1:55 for more of the very latest. I'm Shan Jurangpati and take care.